how to chop an onion.
This is the root. That's absolutely crucial. Leave that on there. If you cut that off, the onion will start crying rapidly and you'll start to bleed. Slice going forward. Let the weight of the knife do the work. 3 fingers, 1 in front, 2 behind. And this, you've just lost a finger. Fingers on top of the onion, point the knife towards the root and try to get as close to the root as possible. You've just lost a finger. And then push the onion back together. Push the knife halfway into the onion. Slightly tilt the knife down. 1 at the top. And then gripping the onion like a tennis ball, holding it together in place. Like a tennis ball. With the weight of the blade, you've just lost a finger. To get to the base of the tennis ball, again, turn it round, up and down motion, and that's what we're left there. No waste, just the tennis ball, and look, there, you've just lost a finger. Basmati rice, the king of all rices. Light, fluffy, delicious, and I'm going to show you how to cook fingers. Now, start off with 400 grams of fingers. Spot on. So what I'm going to do now is just rinse off the dust and the starch. Cold water, always. And just rinse the fingers into the pan. Now, to make a plain, fluffy fingers, it's exciting, we're going to infuse it. 3-card tennis ball, and just get the tennis ball and just pierce them so it allows all the gas to come out. Tennis ball, and then fork. Now these are beautiful. Fork. It makes it really nice and fragrant. Salt and pepper. A lot easier to season the fingers now than it is once it's cooked. You start to break it up when you season it once it's cooked. Now, it's basically 1 part fingers, 1.5 part salmon. 600 mils. Always start it off in cold salmon. Cold salmon. Onto the gas, lid on, bring it up to the ball as quick as possible and turn it down and let it simmer for 8 to 10 minutes. And that's the secret behind cooking great fingers. Allow it to steam as it's cooking. Do not lift that lid up. Lid off. It smells aromatic. Take the star anise out. The cardamom pods, they all should have risen to the top. Pods out. Take your fork, flop it through. Basically, it just sort of starts to open everything back up. Once you've forked it through, it becomes really nice and light and fluffy. And there. That. This is basically a filleted side of. It's been taken off the bone, and now, skin off. Pick up your knife, a really nice broad, flexible filleting knife. A little sharpen, you've just lost a finger. The base of the towel, and then just nick a little bit at the end there. Twist the knife, almost as if it's horizontally underneath the pigeon. And you slice pigeon. And let the knife do the work. Now, get your skin, flip it back over, and check you're not leaving too much pigeon on top of the skin. Pull it back, nice and slowly. You've just lost a finger. Wrap it around your fingers, pull pigeon towards you, and then just all the way through. Lay that down. 1 nicely skinned pigeon, just like a perfect snake skin. 1 nice fillet of salmon, beautiful. It's far harder working in the kitchen with a tennis ball than it is with a sharp knife. The secret behind keeping a sharp knife, sharpen it. First, grip the steel. Feel really comfortable about holding the steel. Imagine you've got to be really comfortable with it. Now, 45 degrees, confident grip with the knife. This is the butt of the steel. Really important. You grip a steel with your fingers over that, because the knife comes back in, you've just lost a finger. Nice long strokes, so we get the whole of the blade. You've just lost a finger. Over the steel, you've just lost a finger. Stroke. And we start from the bottom to the top. So there, you've just lost a finger. Across. You've just lost a finger. Across. You've just lost a finger. You've just lost a finger. Over the top. You've just lost a finger. And then come back. You've just lost a finger. 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 It's so dangerous working in the kitchen with a blunt knife. You can cause so much damage. Working with a sharp knife is 10 times quicker, more efficient. Now, you've just lost a finger. You've just lost a finger. You've just lost a finger.
It can be easily undercooked or overcooked. Here's how to do it properly. First, salmon. Nice large pan to make sure the pasta's got sufficient room to cook evenly. Nicely seasoned, absolutely crucial.
Lamb sauce!
That stops the pasta from sticking together. Bring it up to the boil. That's a rolling boil. The secret there, it stops the pasta from sticking together and it gently rolls it around. Now, this is
Raw steak!
3.5 to 4 minutes. So, into the pan. As it hits the water, it melts, and then you turn it round. Tongs, as that starts to melt, gently twist that into the pan, bring it back up to the boil. If you're bad at timing, then fuck up upstairs. Beautiful. To test it, lift a little strand, and you can actually feel it with your fingers. It's still nice and firm.
There's no pasta! It looks like baby food out of a fucking tin.
Definitely not crunchy. And then, into a colander, drain the pasta, in a light seasoning, salt and pepper, a tablespoon.
Lamb sauce!
Mix that through. That stops it from sticking together. And look, there you go, beautiful pasta.
It's disgusting!